Good morning, dear children. Let us continue the lesson physical and chemical changes. Okay, last class we have discussed about the chemical reaction and how we can represent a chemical reaction using a chemical equation. Isn't it? And here today we are going to discuss about different types of chemical reactions. Okay, different types of chemical reactions. In some chemical reactions, the atoms combine, or in some other chemical reactions, atoms separate. And based on this, we can have different types of chemical reactions. Okay, in some chemical reactions, the atoms separate, and some other chemical reactions, atoms combine. Based on this, we can have different types of chemical reactions. The first type of chemical reaction is synthesis or combination reaction. Okay, synthesis or combination reaction is the first type of chemical reaction. And in this chemical reaction, two or more substances combine to form one substance. In synthesis or combination reaction, two or more substances combine to form one substance. For example, here hydrogen that reacts with oxygen to form water molecule. Okay, hydrogen that reacts with oxygen gas to form water molecules. Okay, here two molecules of hydrogen that react with one molecule of oxygen gas to form two molecules of water. Isn't it? Here two molecules of hydrogen that reacts with one molecule of oxygen gas to form two molecules of water. And here hydrogen and oxygen molecules are called actually reactants because they take part in chemical reaction. The substances that take part in chemical reaction are called the reactants. That thing we already studied. Okay. And here hydrogen and oxygen molecules are actually here they take part in this chemical reaction, so they are called the reactants. Actually here which is the product when hydrogen reacts with oxygen molecule, that is actually water. So water is actually the product of this chemical reaction. Okay. So in the case of synthesis or combination reaction, two or more substances combine to form one substance. Okay, two or more substances combine to form one substance. For example, here hydrogen and water that combines to form water. Hydrogen and oxygen that combines to form water. This is an example for synthesis or combination reaction. Next type of chemical reaction is actually decomposition reaction. Decomposition reaction. Actually, this type of chemical reaction is opposite to that of synthesis or combination reaction. Okay, this decomposition reaction is opposite of that of synthesis or combination reaction. And here a compound that breaks down into two or more substances. In the case of decomposition reaction, a compound that breaks down into two or more substances. For example, when we consider silver chloride, you know AgCl, actually that is the silver chloride that breaks down in presence of sunlight into silver and chlorine gas. Okay, then silver chloride that exposed to sunlight, it breaks down into silver and chlorine gas. This is an example for decomposition reaction. Okay, here silver chloride, that is AgCl, actually that break down into gives silver and chlorine gas. Okay, silver and chlorine gas. Actually this is the chemical equation. It is the chemical equation of the breakdown of silver chloride compound. Actually it is 2AgCl gives 2Ag plus Cl2. Okay, 2AgCl gives 2Ag plus Cl2. Actually this process takes place in the presence of what? Sunlight. Okay, here the compound which take part in this chemical reaction is actually silver chloride, which undergoes a change. So this silver chloride is actually the reactant. Silver chloride is the reactant. Then which are the products in this reaction? Silver and chlorine gas. Silver and chlorine gas are the products of this chemical reaction. Okay, isn't it? And here in the decomposition reaction, a compound that breaks down into two or more substances. For example, silver chloride that breaks down into about the silver and the chlorine gas in presence of sunlight. That is an example for decomposition reaction. Next type of chemical reaction is single displacement reaction. Single displacement reaction. Okay, in this type of chemical reaction, atoms of one element that displaces atoms of another element to form compound. Okay, in single displacement reactions, atoms of one element that displaces atoms of another element to form what? A compound. For example, when iron that reacts with copper sulfate to form copper and iron sulfate. Okay, when iron that reacts with copper sulfate to form copper and iron sulfate. Okay, here Fe that stands for iron, then CuSO4 that is actually copper sulfate. CuSO4 copper sulfate to form copper, Cu that represents copper, and FeSO4 that is iron sulfate. FeSO4 that is iron sulfate. Okay, actually when iron that reacts with copper sulfate, actually iron that displaces copper. Okay, iron that displaces copper and form the compound iron sulfate. Okay, when iron that reacts with the copper sulfate, here iron that displaces what? Copper to form actually the compound iron sulfate, FeSO4. Okay, and here iron and copper sulfate are called the reactants, and the copper and the iron sulfate are called the products. Okay, iron and copper sulfate are called the reactants, and the copper and the iron sulfate are called the products. Okay, that is in single displacement reaction, atom of one element that displaces the atoms of other element to form a compound. For example, when iron that reacts with the copper sulfate to form copper and iron sulfate. Here, actually iron that displaces copper to form iron sulfate. And here the chemical reaction is, chemical equation is Fe plus CuSO4 gives Cu plus FeSO4. Okay, and here iron and copper sulfate are called the reactants, and copper and iron sulfate are called the products. And the fourth type of chemical reaction is double displacement reaction. Double displacement reaction. And in this type of reaction, atoms of two compounds switch places to form two new compounds. Okay, in double displacement reactions, actually atoms of two compounds switch places to form two new compounds. Okay, here in such reactions, two reactants to form two new compounds or two new products. Okay, in such reactions, two reactants to form two new products. For example, when hydrochloric acid that combines with the sodium chloride. Okay, hydrochloric acid when combines with the sodium hydroxide, and here hydrogen and sodium that switch their places and form the compounds sodium chloride and water. Okay, here hydrochloric acid that combines with the sodium hydroxide to form sodium chloride and water. Okay, here HCl that is hydrochloric acid, HCl that is hydrochloric acid, and NaOH that is actually sodium hydroxide, then NaCl sodium chloride, and H2O water. Okay, and here hydrochloric acid they react with the sodium hydroxide. Okay, HCl and NaOH that react each other and form sodium chloride and water. Actually here hydrogen and sodium that switch places and form the compounds sodium chloride and water. Okay, and here HCl and NaOH that is hydrochloric acid and sodium hydroxide are the reactants, and NaCl and H2O that is sodium chloride and the water are the products, isn't it? And here in double displacement reaction, atoms of two compounds switch places to form what? Two new compounds. For example, when sodium chloride that reacts with the sodium, when hydrochloric acid then reacts with the sodium hydroxide to form sodium chloride and water. Okay, here actually hydrogen and sodium that switch places to form the compounds actually sodium chloride and water. That is about the double displacement reaction. Next about how crystals are formed. Okay, how crystals are formed. Okay, actually the crystals are formed from a pure substance in solid form at a room temperature. That forms actually crystals. Okay, pure substance in solid state at room temperature forms what? Crystals. Okay, actually the process of forming crystals are called crystallization. Okay, crystallization. What do you mean by crystallization? The process of forming crystals are known as crystallization. Okay, the process of forming crystals are known as crystallization. What do you mean by crystallization? The process of forming crystals are called crystallization. Okay, then what are the substances that can form crystals? What are the substances that can form crystals? Then pure sugar, then alum, then urea, table salt and copper sulfate can form crystals. Okay, what are the substances that can form crystals? Pure sugar, then alum, urea, table salt and copper sulfate can form crystals. Okay, let us consider alum. Actually it is a chemical compound, that is aluminium potassium sulfate. Aluminium potassium sulfate, that is actually called alum. Okay, let us consider what alum. Okay, actually the crystals of alum that can be easily obtained from their saturated solution. Okay, from their saturated solutions. Okay, the crystals of alum that can be easily obtained from their saturated solutions. Okay, actually what is meant by a saturated solution? Actually no more substance cannot be added to the saturated solution. Okay, no more substance cannot be dissolved in water, saturated solutions. Such a solution is actually the saturated solutions. Okay, the crystals of alum that can be easily obtained from their saturated solutions. Okay, and in the saturated solutions we cannot add more than no more substance cannot be dissolved in the saturated solutions. Okay, then how we can obtain such saturated solution? Okay, and such a saturated solution can easily obtained by adding some substances such as salt to a solvent. Okay, saturated solution can be obtained by dissolving substances such as salt to a solvent such as water. Okay, saturated solution can be obtained by adding substance such as salt to a solvent such as water, until no more substances cannot be dissolved in the solvent. That actually forms the saturated solution. Okay, and here the pure sugar, that alum, urea, table salt and the copper sulfate that forms water crystals. Then what is meant by crystallization? The process of forming crystals are called the crystallization process. Okay, and actually the crystals are easily formed from their saturated solutions. Okay. Next, what are the process or what are the steps that involved in the process of crystallization? Okay, what are the steps that involved in the process of crystallization process? First is we have to dissolve the substance to be crystallized in a hot solvent to obtain a saturated solution. Okay, first step we have to the substance to be crystallized. Okay, suppose if we want to crystallize the table salt, we have to dissolve that thing in a hot solvent. After that we obtain a saturated solution. Okay, that is when we dissolve the substance to be crystallized in a hot solvent, we obtain what? A saturated solution. Okay, that is the first step. Next, we have to filter the saturated solution to remove impurities. So, in order to remove the impurities, we have to filter the saturated solution. Okay, the next, we have to allow the solution to cool slowly. After that, it forms crystals. Okay, the last step is actually we have to allow the solution to cool slowly to form what? Crystals. Okay, these are the important steps that involved in the process of crystallization. Okay, the first step is dissolve the substance to be crystallized in a hot solvent to obtain a saturated solution. And the second step is filter the saturated solution to remove impurities. Then the third step is let the solution cool slowly to form crystals. Okay. Okay, children, then what are the things that we have learned today? We have learned different types of chemical reactions such as synthesis reaction or combination reaction, then decomposition reaction, then single displacement reaction. Also we have learned double displacement reaction. Okay, also we have learned the formation of crystals, how crystals are formed. Okay, then what are the steps then involved in the process of crystallization. Okay, okay, that is the end of today's class. Also we have finished that chapter. Okay, thank you children.